You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 10 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. A school is in the district, and they are rolling out some new security rules for high school football.
And it's all because of fights breaking out at games earlier this month. DC News Now's Yamari Sase joining us live at Roosevelt High School in Northwest.
And Yamari, what was the game like earlier with all of these new changes?
Yeah, well, the crowds were definitely much smaller because of these changes. And the biggest change is that students have to be accompanied by an adult in order to get in. DCPS says this is really in place to ensure that there are no issues happen again, especially with fights that they've seen in the past. And many parents I spoke with today say they definitely agree with it.
I think it's great to do that because it'll keep down the fights and everybody will feel comfortable coming to the game.
Parents and teachers applauding the new rules at DC Public School football games.
You just never know what's going to happen, so an adult being accompanied with them is probably the best thing.
The changes come after reports of students fighting at the games.
I was here at a game before when a fight broke out and the little kids were scared, you know, and it had nothing to do with the game. So I think safety purposes, I'm with it.
Talking to my cheerleaders and everything else, we always worry about if there's going to be a fight that breaks out or something.
DC State Athletic Association's new policy for fans attending games include students must have an adult chaperone with no more than 3 students per adult. No re-entry, separate seating for home and away fans. Games will be moved to earlier times, and extra staffing and security will be on hand. Now, some parents do have concerns, especially with games being played earlier.
Some parents don't get off until, 4 or 5 where they can come to the 6 or 7 games. Us parents want to support our kids.
And others worry students may miss out on the experience.
Hopefully they might make some changes to it to accommodate the students that cannot get here with a parent.
Many recognize the difference at Roosevelt High School's Friday night game.
It's definitely smaller. It's comfortable. I feel safer.
Now, these changes will last until the end of the season, but one big question, if a student is 18-year-olds, are they considered a chaperone in order to get kids in? We did reach out to DCPS, but haven't gotten a response back just yet. Reporting live in Northwest, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
All right, Yamari, interesting there. Meanwhile, just a fantastic night for high school football.
Yeah, for anything you want to do outside, there's also art all night. Chief Meteorologist Jackie Allaire, this is going to continue into the weekend.
Yeah, the really nice weather, thankfully, sticking around for both weekend days. Yes, both weekend days, tracking the dry conditions. High temperatures, just a little bit hotter than what we had for the day today, though. But if you like today, I think you're going to like the weekend forecast. Those current temperatures right now, 60s and 70s at this point in the night. 71 right now in D.C., seeing those mid even upper 60s for parts of the I-81 corridor. Eventually, we'll see these temperatures continue to drop overnight thanks to that high pressure that's with us, keeping us dry, quiet, and clear. Those overnight lows will drop, likely starting off with these temperatures out there tomorrow morning, especially in the suburbs, starting off in those 50s, mid-upper 50s for much of the area. Lower 60s, though, in the district, and we'll see that low humidity sticking around, too, making it feel really nice out there both weekend days. For your planner for your Saturday, though, mainly sun-filled to start, beautiful conditions, even by midday with temperatures middle 70s. Talk about those low to mid 80s as early as 3 p.m., 84 degrees by the 3 o'clock hour. That's even a little bit warmer than what we had for the day today here in the district. And we're also looking a little bit warmer than that as we look towards Sunday. I'll have more details on that and also a look at that 7-day coming up.
We are following developing news now at 10 o'clock. Charlie Kirk's widow speaking publicly for the first time since her husband was shot and killed at a Utah college.
This was an emotional Erica Kirk saying that she doesn't remember the last time she slept. She spoke from Charlie's office there at Turning Point USA. It's the headquarters, a conservative youth organization, of course, founded by Charlie. She also thanked President Trump and Vice President for all that they have done over the last 3 days. Now, Erica's saying that this act of violence should not deter anyone from standing up for what they believe in.
He never gave up. And I love knowing that one of his mottos was never surrender. So I want to tell you that we'll never surrender. We never will. Ever. Ever. Nobody is ever too young to get involved with saving this beautiful country, this country my husband loved and still loves. And nobody is ever too old either. There's no age limit.
The feds say the gunman's family helped to end the manhunt. They say Tyler Robinson's father recognized him from the images the FBI released and encouraged him to turn himself in. Investigators in Utah taking the 22-year-old into custody last night. According to Utah's governor, Robinson's family says that he had been critical of Kirk, saying he was full of hate and spreading hate. We're going to have much more on his arrest ahead in our next half hour. Let's talk a little bit more about that issue of freedom of speech. It's again being debated since the murder of Charlie Kirk.
A Prince George's County police officer now on leave while investigators look into social media posts he reportedly made. Officer Adam Molake is facing an internal investigation accused of writing about Charlie Kirk's death. Now, there have been screenshots circulating online since Thursday, and it has a lot of people talking.
He had freedom of speech. He didn't say anything hateful. He didn't say anything derogatory or even threatening. He just stated his opinion.
I don't think anyone should be fired over just talking about your opinions. Honestly, in any topic. It's understandable if you didn't like someone. That's fine. Everybody has their own opinions.
Prince George's County Police say that Officer Molake remains on administrative leave. And we have continuing coverage of the death of Charlie Kirk on our website, dcnewsnow.com. There you can find information about the suspect's arrest and the impact of his death.
We have an update tonight on the lockdown at the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis. Navy officials saying a false report of an active shooter led to 2 people hurt on campus last night. Spokesperson for the base says while security was clearing a building, a midshipman was shot in the shoulder. He was taken to a hospital and released today. A member of the Naval Security Force also had minor injuries.
New tonight in the district, police are searching for this person you see on your screen. They say broke into a home, stole items, and then ran off. A surveillance camera catching the suspect outside the home this morning on 1st and P Street in Southwest, which is just a couple of blocks from Nats Park. Police did not say what kind of items were stolen, but if you have any information, investigators want to hear from you.
In Virginia, a man in the hospital tonight with serious injuries following a motorcycle crash in Oak Hill. Fairfax County police say the crash happened at Fairfax County Parkway in Oak Hill this afternoon. They say only the motorcyclist was involved in that crash. They've not yet said what caused it.
There are new departure times for 9 Metro bus routes in Prince George's County this weekend. WMATA says that it is the first phase of changes since launching its new bus network in June. It is aimed at improving on-time performance and expanding service. The change impacts 9 P routes, and they all start on Sunday. For a full list of the line changes, just go to our website, dcnewsnow.com, and search Metro buses. Meanwhile, a heads up for drivers in Northern Virginia, where there are going to be some lane closures right near the Pentagon this weekend. VDOT says 2 lanes will be closed at a time for 395 North from the bridge over South Fern Street over to the bridge that goes over Richmond Highway. The 2 left lanes, they close tonight into Saturday, and then the 2 right lanes close from Saturday night into Sunday.